Now when the player saves their progress, we want to ensure that if they've killed any enemies, that the enemies remain dead when they reload the level. Okay, so to do this we're going to find our script, enemy dead. Okay, so let's just open this one. We need to add a few extra things to this. Okay, so we've already got our chase music on there, so we're just going to now serialize another field. This is going to be an integer, and we will call it enemy number. Enemy number. Okay, and we won't give that a default value, okay, because we're going to enter that in the inspector. And on the update, oh sorry, not on the update, we're actually going to stay on the start because we don't need an update on this one. So we're going to do this through the start. We're going to say if enemy number is equal to a value of 1, then we're going to talk to the save script. Okay, we're going to add a new element on the save script that we're going to call enemy, or enemy1, and we're going to equal that to a 0. So if enemy1 equals 0, it means enemy1 is dead. If enemy1 is equal to 1, it means enemy1 is alive. Okay, so let's just save this. Go to our save script, if there it is. Probably on the bottom. I'll just put these public static, and it is an integer. Okay, and I will call it enemy1. Okay, equals 1 by default. Alright, now we do need 6 of these, so let's just copy that and paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this one will be enemy2, enemy3, enemy4, enemy5, and enemy6. Okay, great, so we've got those. Let's save that. Go back over to the enemy dead. Alright, and now what we need to do is to copy this if, Control and C, and paste this in 5 more times. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we're going to say enemy2. This is going to be enemy2 equals 0. Enemy number is equal to 3. Then enemy 3 is equal to 0. Enemy number 4. Enemy 4 equals 0. Enemy number 5. Enemy 5 equals 0. And then finally, number 6. Okay, and that will obviously tell us which enemy has died, so that we can store that in our save. So now that that is done, let's find our enemies. So under my assets and enemies, so probably start from enemy 6. So if we scroll down to the bottom, we can now see that we've got an enemy number because we know that this is enemy 6. Let's just put 6. Enemy 5 is 5. Enemy 4, 4, and just continue to do this. Okay. So now we can detect which enemies are getting killed. The enemy dead script is there, so that's number 1. Okay, great. All right, so we've set that up. Now what we need to do in the save script, no, sorry, not the save script, the save zone script, is when we're saving, we need to find out which enemies are dead. So we're going to do that underneath this avgun. Okay, so let's just give ourselves a little bit of white space so that we can see what we're doing. And we're going to go into here, if save script dot enemy1 is equal to a value of 0, then we need to define a new something new. Private, I will probably just have it as an integer and call it 1 enemy. Okay, 1 enemy, doesn't like that. Oh, it's because the one I can't use it that way. Okay, so I can't say enemy 1 because I've already used that. So private integer enemy, can I use -1? Let me. Oh, yep. No, it's got a syntax error because it expects that that's actually a minus, you see. I'll call it enemy 1A. I'll do that, okay. And then obviously I can have enemy 2A, etc. Paste, 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 paste. So then this is going to be enemy 2A, enemy 3A, enemy 4A, enemy 5A, and enemy 6A. Okay. So now we're going to say if savescript.enemy1 equals 0, then we're going to do player prefs dot set integer, and it's going to be enemy1A, and it's going to be equal to savescript dot enemy1. Okay, so then that will obviously register that value of 0. All right. If it's already on the value of 1, then we're not interested. Okay, we don't have to store that. So let's just copy that. We only need to store it if the enemy is actually dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so this is enemy 2, enemy 2A. Fortunately, there is quite a lot of typing here. Enemy 3. Sometimes you really can't get away from all the typing. And I'm trying to make this as simple as possible so that we don't have to do anything overly complex. I'm sure that there are much easier ways of doing this, but they would probably be a little bit more complicated to understand. At least this way, this is quite straightforward and very easy to follow and understand. Okay, so now we've basically saved all of those values. If any of the enemies are dead, they are now getting saved when the player enters the save zone to save that.